Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Wimbledon Spiritualist Church and our Divine Service. I'll extend a warm and loving welcome to you all in the virtual world and to the small congregation we have here as an experiment for when we open in June. So I extend a warm, loving welcome to you all. Hope you enjoy the service this morning. Our medium this morning is Paul Lashbrook from Plymouth Way, isn't it, Paul?
Hello, yes, from Plymouth.
Plymouth, yeah. I should know that, but I'm all frazzled with everything not working too well this morning. So could I ask you, Paul, to open our meeting with prayer, please?
Yes, can I just say I can't really see anything on here.
Ah. Can you see me, Paul?
Am I gone? Am I back?
No.
Oh dear, what do I do? Yep. Yep. There, am I okay? Oh God.
Yeah.
Hello.
Back, Paul.
Okay. Hi. Okay. Well, hello everybody. And, sorry for the technical problems. I'm just going to open in prayer now. So is that okay?
Yes, please, Paul.
Okay. So as we're all here today, we've all made our journey onto the line, and we just ask that you invite your friends and family to join you in spirit as we all become one congregation. Dear Spirit, thank you for joining us all here today on this divine worship on this Sunday afternoon. We ask that you allow the veil to be drawn apart so that our friends and people we know can come from the spirit world to join us in this divine worship. During this service, we ask for your healing and your love to extend to all of us that are joined together, to send it to our friends on beds of sickness and some who are passing the veil today. Dear Spirit, this beautiful sunny day that we have is a joy and a blessing. We ask that you fill our lives with that light, all the colours of nature and your love, as we extend our energies to you to join together in this worshipful, peaceful day. Amen.
Amen. Can we continue our prayerful thoughts for healing? Healing of mind, body and spirit. Healing for those names deeply inscribed in your own hearts and your minds. Healing for those that are in need throughout the world. And especially we think of the places where the pandemic is extremely bad. And we also ask for healing for ourselves, that we be healed, strengthened and upliftment during this time. And I want healing, and I'm not being sarcastic, to all our electronic equipment that's all going wrong this morning. So I ask you also this morning to pray for Kasim and family, Cassandra and children, Tia and family, Karim, Leslie, Rachel, Sean and Jack, Vienna, Colleen, Lorraine and Margaret. May the healing light and power go out to this world, and may they be healed of mind, body and spirit according to divine law. So mote it be. Can we all now say together, God grant me serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Thank you, friends. To the virtual world now, I ask you to, if you can, donate to our church. There'll be a PayPal notice coming up in a few moments. And it's basically PayPal at Wimbledon Spiritual, www.paypal.com, PayPal me at LAD Promotions. And there'll be a collection box outside in the hall as the retiring congregation leaves our church this morning. Extremely grateful for all of you last week who donated to the church. It was quite a nice sum of money. Thank you very much. And also extend that to the congregation here this morning who helped last week. So we'll say hello to a few names on screen, please. Good morning, Maggie O'Connor. Good morning, Kirsty. Hope you're well. Maria, good morning and welcome to our service. Wendy, good morning. Hope you enjoy it. Kat, good morning. Val, good morning, Val. It's nice to see you. Kirsty, good morning and welcome to our church service. Karen, good morning and welcome. Lady Sage, good morning. Kim, good morning and welcome. Looking well, Kim. I think one more and that'll be it. Christine, good morning and welcome to our church service. I hope you enjoy it. Well, friends, I've got the reading this morning, after which Paul will say a few words. Mediums demonstrate that man is a spiritual body with a spiritual destiny. It is always a great pleasure and privilege for me, that's Silverbirch speaking, to meet any of our cooperators with us in spreading our divine truths, which are so much needed in our world. The opportunities for service are many, but we need to find the right instruments and the right tools. Death cannot separate those whom we love, and the affection that we have for people is deep and strong, but death will not separate. So you demonstrate many times to others the truth of understanding. May it be yours forever, but understand that there is divine law through the Great Spirit. The work will not fail, the power of the Spirit will not be dissipated. The breakthrough that we have in this world will never cease. The bridgeheads have been consolidated, and the time has come for the power of the Spirit to manifest itself. We ask a blessing on Silverbirch and his words. Thank you. Paul, would you like to say a few words for us, please?
Yeah, actually prepared a reading, but that was funny because I was taking away with Silverbirch there, which is lovely. One of my teachers was actually in Morris Barbanell's circle.
Oh, wonderful.
And so that was a lovely connection for me. So I can forget the things that I was thinking of and
I must be psychic.
talk about Silverbirch, which is great.
Please do.
So shall I start now?
Yes, please.
One of the things that we take Silverbirch is that he came through a circle, which was a wonderful thing where people linked together. And Silverbirch was one of these great masters that came through to give us the knowledge from the spirit world. And he talked about lots of things. One of the things, obviously, is spiritual connection. It's the first thing that we learn when we're studying to be mediums. One of the things that spirit draw us very close to understand why we're doing this and how we're doing it. How is quite important, because when we come to spirit, we come with an open heart and open minds, but we need to be guided by them, not to have our own thoughts. And one of the ways of doing that is to meditate and to kind of allow that meditation to take us to a quiet place where we can listen to spirit and feel spirit draw next to us, draw around us. And then what happens then is the build up of the trust. And once you build up a trust with spirit, that we feel that whatever they say to us, we can understand and feel and be touched by. And then spirit then draw other spirit to us. So we start to communicate. We start to work with spirit. And there's one of the things that I love about the early connections, about the early feelings. It's the wonderment that we feel. The wonderment that spirit are trustworthy. The wonderment that spirit are true and honest and come to us in a light, a purity. And that purity should never be forgotten, really. There are lots of things that people do that are with spiritualism, but really the first connection is the basics, the sitting in circles, the opening up, and the communication. One of the things that we learn is the communication of philosophy, and Silverbirch was a great philosopher. He was an Indian in his life. And when he passed, he took all the knowledge there with him and conveyed it to us. So we understand through his words and through his images and his teachings about his world when he was alive and his world now as a spiritual person. And we have to think about ourselves in both those ways too.
Microphones on or telephones?
So I can
There's a feedback.
hear
I think
something.
it's the phones.
I can hear everything.
Sorry, Paul.
Sorry, I broke my link then. 1 second. So when Spirit talked to us, no matter how, like now we've had a little interruption, Spirit will always rejoin us and connect with us. So one of the things that he talked about was his life here. And it was a time where, you know, we were more connected to the earth and more connected to mountains and trees and the wind and all the elements. And he often talks about that. And one of the things that I think that I feel from Spirit is that I do feel sometimes in dream states, sometimes in meditations, those places where he walked and those places where he felt. And sometimes I do feel the wind. Sometimes I do smell the grass during a meditation. And this is an important thing. These are all little elements that Spirit teaches so we can see, we can feel, we can taste, we can smell, we can have a knowing. And these are all elements that Spirit give us to know that we are true in our own mediumship. Because when we work with Spirit, we learn to feel all of those things as a spiritual person do. One of the things that Silver Birch always taught me was that we are spirit incarnate in our bodies, and it's easy for our spirit to talk to the spirit in the spirit realm. It's just like a normal conversation. It's like a normal connection of spirit to spirit. So when people meet in life, we're talking to a spiritual person in a body. And once we kind of realize that and know that we are spirit incarnate, then when we leave our bodies, we join the spirit realms. And then we can talk to spirit in every place, whether it's here or there. So that becomes a very natural way of thinking. It becomes a very ordinary way, a simple way. And the simplicity is very important in Silver Birch's teachings. If anything's too complicated, then ask yourself why. Things should be like a breath. Spirit connection should be a breath. And as we learn to connect with Spirit, we realize that we connect in a very true and clear way. It's important to read about Silver Birch. But then I was lucky enough to know Eileen Ledger, who sat with Maurice Barber now, and talked about the whole situation there as a very ordinary thing. Like Silver Birch to us nowadays means such a huge thing. But to Eileen, she was sat in a circle, and it was somebody that came through the circle. But that person that came through was such a great teacher. One of the things that we have to be aware of when we're working is that maybe we'll have that same huge connection, but that might come in a very simple way. When Eileen taught me, she was in her 90s, and I remember once she got a trip to Norway to see the whales, and she was 92. And I said to her, why now? You know, let's go and see the whales now. And in a sense, she said that when you're a spiritual person, age doesn't matter. It's where you are in your life and what you want to do. And in a sense, I think she lived that life the same way as Silver Birch did. That in her mediumship and in her connection to spirit, it never waned and it never tarnished, it never aged. And I wish the same for you, my friends. God God bless.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you very much. At the moment, Paul, you've frozen there. You looks like you're in deep trance, but we're sort that out at the moment. Just want to remind everybody this show is live, if you hadn't guessed. And we're live both on Facebook and YouTube. And as I say, also here at Wimbledon Church, we have a congregation of about 10 or 12 people here this morning. So I extend that love and remembrance that technology and spirit does work hand in hand some days, but boy, some days there's problems. So friends, we're now coming to the part of the service where Paul would demonstrate his gifts of mediumship. If Paul should come to you or speak to you, please remember there's a 15 to 20 second delay. And please, when you're saying yes or no, you need to say yes and no, explain what you're saying yes or no to, please. It's quite important. Paul was going to try and do psychic art, but I don't know if that's going to happen today. Because
I've got it with me if you want me to.
Yeah, we just can't see you, Paul. You're frozen.
All right, then I won't bother with that. Sorry, I've just got my glasses on.
We have.
Turn the camera on and off.
We have. So, friends, while I've got most of you here still, we've got a meeting with Tim Abbott next Saturday. He's doing work on through the virtual service, and I'll mention more about that in a moment, please. How's that? Okay, Paul, I'm going to switch my microphone off here, and I'll leave you to get on with the demonstrates the gifts of the Spirit. Please remember.
If I freeze again, can you let me know?
Paul, yeah, Richard will. Please remember, friends, is coming together, the two worlds. Paul will demonstrate his gifts. And as I say, there's a 15 or 20 second delay sometimes. Please answer clearly yes or no. And again, explain what you're saying yes or no to. And I know Paul will do his utmost to demonstrate his mediumship to the best of ability without the gremlins interfering. So, friends, I hand you back over to Paul. Thank you, Paul.
Thank you very, very much, Ray. That's lovely to connect with you all. I've got Tracy Honey in front of me. I don't know whether she's actually watching now or whatever, but that's a nice name to start with, Tracy Honey. Tracy, is that kind of like link? I got a feeling on my left arm and my shoulder there is quite achy, and I just want to say that I want to come to you with that there's a situation around you with this arm, and it feels like a little kind of muscular pain there. I don't know whether you've got that, but it just makes me feel that. But that's drawing me as well to your mother's side of the family, and I've got somebody building up there. I feel quite agitated in a sense where I feel like the person that's coming is slightly agitated, and the reason for that is this part of the communication there. I've also got a problem with my breathing in a sense where when I get agitated, my breath is very shortened, and I've also got like a headache on my side here, just above my eye, and this all relates to that person that's coming. So I feel a bit out of sorts, and my eye here, this left eye, is a little bit glazed over, and I don't think that's you. I think that's them, and it's a man that I got coming. So it would have been your grandfather on your mother's side that I feel that I've got, but I'm very agitated with him. And the reason why that is, it's like a frustration that he's trying to give to me, and I want to give that to you. Not I don't want to give it to you, but I kind of want to place it with you, of this frustration there. It's manifesting itself with you with an imbalance, and I feel that with your shoulder, that's a place where you've got a weakness, and then whenever things happen to you, you tend to get a little bit weak there. Thanks so much. One of the things I want to say about this grandfather is that although I feel that he's close to you, I don't think in life he was that close, but I feel in spirit he's very close to you. And the reason being is you're very similar in the way you are. I'm drawn, I can't see you obviously, but I'm drawn to your nose and your mouth. And I feel that part of your face, your features, relates to his, and that I also feel that I'm quite wet around the lips. So you both like talking, and you both like sharing things, and I just I just want to say that he links with you very clearly there, and in a physical way, but also in a kind of emotional way. There's a way where I'm feeling that is saying to me, Tracy, that you're not sleeping very well, and it's almost like a kind of restlessness, and that restlessness has been in life as well as in in your dreams. You know, it's like you're restless, and therefore you can't go to sleep, but also in during the day you're restless and a little bit tired as well. So this is a kind of thing where I'm going there. On your big toe on your right foot, that's just throbbing for me. I don't know whether you stubbed your toe. I don't think it's that. But they're showing me this in a way where I feel I can't take the next step forward. And I feel like I'm I'm agitated because of that. And I need to kind of move forward. And that's really one of my agitations. And this is like all encompassing around you with your sleep patterns and your daily tiredness. You know, breathing is such an important thing. I want to just say to you that, you know, I do a lot of pranic breathing before meditation, and I also do a lot of pranic breathing if I'm agitated before I go to bed. And the reason why is because it settles me. It's like you're taking away all the oxygen out of your lungs, and you know that means to say that your lungs start going into sleep mode, and then you can just quite easily drift off. So I want to give you pranic breathing, and I don't know if you don't know how to do it, but I'm sure you can Google it, or maybe send me a link and I'll show you how to do it online. But it's quite a simple thing where we just like close our noses and one nostril to another nostril to another nostril, and we just slow our breathing down. But it's really important to do that, and it's very important to do the opposite when we wake up, to take really deep breaths and fill our lungs. You know, and I want to say this to you, that sometimes when our mind is agitated, it's because our breathing is out of sync, or we're not taking enough care for ourselves, and not taking in all the oxygen and things like that that we need. And I say with you, Tracy, I want you to open your windows, get air in, get the back door open, get out there, get breathing into the lovely, lovely air. You know, one of the things we learn in spiritualism, that nothing lasts forever, and agitation and stress and worry, it's all transient things, you know? And one of the things of letting go is to do that. So I'm going to let you go now. Maybe go and have a little deep breath at the back. But I'm sending you this love of your grandfather. He walks very closely with you. He feels your physicality, but also he's there hand in hand with you for your life. God bless you. So, you know, one of the things I was going to talk today was about breathing. And so it's quite interesting that that should come in. Maybe we're all like that for a reason. I'm going to do a little drawing now. I got Paula Lee there. Oh, she's, I can't see without my glasses, but she's from Connecticut. It's really great. I love, I've been doing quite a lot of work in America recently, and I love the connection to there. It's totally different. It's a really nice thing. The reason I say that is because I want to just allow my link to come into me. Well, you've gone. I have a little pain in my side, and this is a little indication, really, of spirit coming to me. Being a Reiki healer, quite often I get feelings in my body, and that's how spirit connects with me sometimes. So I'm just going to do a little drawing because I've lost that person for a moment. Today I'm using a pen and a piece of paper. The reason I'm using a pen is because one, it's quicker, and two, um, it's quite easy really to see online. So just quickly doing this sketch. These sketches are very just well, they are what they are. They're just sketches. They're not full-blown portraits or anything like that, but they give me an indication, really. I often equate it to automatic writing, because in a sense I'm not automatically writing, but I'm kind of automatically drawing, if you will. So I'll just look, this is like a little quick thing. And the person I've got with me seems quite stern. There. I don't know if you can see this picture. It's quickly drawn. 1 second. As you can see, he's got like a little mouth. And it's quite tight. I can't remember the person I was talking to from America, but I want to go to that person. And the reason I've frozen. Can you hear me though? Shall I do that thing before, like with the? Okay, so this is Paula Lee. Do this again. Yeah. My back. My back. Okay, Paula Lee, I wanted you to look at this picture before I freeze again. As you can tell, the man's got a very small mouth and it's firmly tightened. And he looks a little bit grumpy, to be honest. So one of the things that I'm kind of just want to put my glasses on for a second while I'll have a look at the picture, because I can't really see it when I'm doing it. But it's got the name Phil written in his septum there, just underneath his septum. It's written the name Phil. Looks like Phil. So I want to stay with that one. Paula, this person is either your father or your grandfather, and he's kind of relating to me in a way where I kind of feel a bit tight-lipped, and I'm kind of a little bit, what's going on? And this is the reason why he's coming, is to just kind of make me feel that, sometimes it's harder for us to say nothing than it is for us to say something. And sometimes that's an indication for us from Spirit to kind of like just use our eyes and other things to see what's going on. I did have a little tightness in my left side, and it was just underneath my ribs. And I want to say that this is to do with a psychicness with you. And sometimes psychic ability is great because we can see what's going on, we can feel things that's going on, all of that. But the bad side of it is we can see things going on, we can feel things going on. The bad side is just as bad as the good. And the reason for that is it may be things that we don't want to see. And sometimes when we feel things going on or see things going on and we don't really want to see them, it kind of makes us think, well, I'm going to say something about this, or, I'm going to say something about that. But hold back. I just feel that this time this man has come for you, just sort of like show his tight lips and show, although I may be a little bit angry about something or maybe a bit perturbed about what's going on, I feel like this time I'm just being told, just watch and feel and see. And not go with your instinct of going, I feel this, I'm going to say something about it. Because I think that may work for you, Paula, quite a lot in your life. But sometimes, it's more difficult. I'm the same. If I see something, I'm kind of automatically react, and it's one of the good things is being in situations that I work in brain injury. You have to be very quick and be able to observe and react very quickly. But sometimes standing back and watching and observing is the best option. So this man's come for me. I don't know if you know the name Phil, but I want to do the picture again, and I'll come up close, and you can see underneath the nose it's written the name Phil. I just want to show you that because I can't really see much without my glasses, and so they write those things in, specifically for you. If his name's not Phil, then I'd be looking around somebody I know called Phil, and maybe I need to be aware of what's going on for them. This could be something to do with healing or the place that they are, that kind of thing. You said impulsive. Yes, impulsive is a good word. Sometimes rein in that. And that's what I'd like to say to you. I don't know whether you've got a tightness around your throat, but I feel like I'm going to draw my attention there. And this is because when you hold things in, when you're not uh, being able to react, then sometimes you get a little tension coming around your neck. I want to give you a lovely imaginary blue scarf to tie around it, just to give you that colour there, that lovely feeling of blue. And this is just to kind of heal that area and to also to kind of reinvigorate that area for you. So I feel like the way you speak and the way you talk, it's a very heartfelt way of doing things. And I just want to nurture that for you. I think it's I don't know you obviously, but I feel that people listen to what you say, and you've got a lovely way of saying things. So if you need to speak to Phil, have a look first, have a watch first, and then maybe have a word. I'm going to show you the picture again because I'm going to go on to my next thing. And that man there is the person that came for you. God bless you. And he said you're next in agony. Well, that blue scarf is for you then, for healing, for self-healing. And God bless you, and I hope you feel better. Thank you. Spirit is a very funny thing when spirit come in drawings, because when I do big demonstrations and I've got my easel there, the act of drawing is quite important, and people are quite amazed at how it works. Some people can think, oh, I thought he was going to draw that face. My sister's a medium, and she often knows exactly who I'm going to draw before I've even touched the paper. So it's quite funny. And the other people I know that watch me sometimes feel the same. Lady Sage, you've come up now, and it's quite a nice name, Lady Sage. Sage Green. I got sage in my garden as well, and weirdly, I was photographing it this morning. So I just want to come to you, really. I think that's a nice thing. I feel I'm in Italy with you. I feel like there's a real affection for Italy. And how do I know that? I've got a friend of mine who's Italian, and one of the things he taught me was a lovely recipe of chicken with sage. And I never ever thought I'd have sage with chicken. I've always thought sage was with pork. And when he gave me this, it was such a revelation. And that sage goes with tomatoes and things like that. I'm a vegetarian now, so I don't really eat that kind of thing. But it takes me to that real feeling of nurturing, and how food, when it's shown to you in a different way, can invigorate us and can give us that joy. But also the memories of sharing meals with people and sharing things is such a lovely way to communicate, And I'm coming to you with this, Lady Sage, and say that. You have a real nurturing ability. I'm talking of friendship here, and I've got a friend coming, and this is a friend who you shared time with. I've got a lady coming with me, and she's showing me times where you were very close and did things. But I'm being taken back to like punky times. I feel like it's a time of Doc Martens and funny hair and running around and loving everything and knowing everything and looking different and being different and seeing everything in a different way. And I want to say this to you, that there's a lovely feeling of you where you've got these memories of those times where people came together for demonstrations or what. And it was a real coming together, a lovely feeling. And this is one of the things that I've got with you, is that you would, from that, you've taken this thing of friendship and you've kept friends. The lady I've got with me, I can't see her and it's where I can visualize her, but I can feel her, and she feels really like a lovely energy. I want to say the name Dora. Dora. And I don't know whether that's because she's trying to describe herself, and I always think of Dora as having a little hair bob. So I'm going to say this lady is showing me these things. She's trying to describe to me how she is. So I see this kind of short hair, flicky hair, and she's like just really like a live wire, and really wants to come to you and just show this connection to you of friendship, how good you are with friends and how good you are with people, but how you nurture people. And if we're talking about sharing food and things like that, that's what I want to say. Sage is a lovely colour in the colour therapy. Sage has got a lot of yellow in it and a little bit of red in it. And yellow and red is again taking me to the psychic energy, but also to your feet and to the strength. I think you suffer with your feet. I don't know, because they throbbed red when I went to bed. I just saw feet and I just thought, poof, a little bit of tiredness in the feet there. So I just want to say that. But that's saying to me that one of the things of you is that you're very strong, you're very anchored in the earth, but also you're very kind of loving in a psychic way, where you kind of see somebody and your love would pour out for them. You know, you couldn't walk past somebody on the streets, or you couldn't walk past a sick person, or you couldn't walk past a child with a runny nose. I probably wouldn't wipe it and upset the mother, but that's the kind of feeling I got from you, and that's really nice. Don't worry about the Italy or Dora. Don't worry about that. It's just I'm just seeing the Dora was taking me back to the time, and the Italian thing is about food and nurturing, but also about the surprise of food. I want to say about the color though, because sage green is a real lovely color. It links the heart to our strength, but also links the heart to our psychic ability in a way of seeing. And so what we see affects us and we send out our heart to it. But we feel the strength is also what we send our heart out. And you're a healing person in the sense that you give people that strength, but you also give people that nurturing feeling. It's, in my old days, as an old punky hippie type person when I was younger, we always had like earth mothers. And when you think earth mothers, they were always like, they were never old. They were all our own age, but they had that kind of earthy, mothery thing. And I want to say that to you, that you kind of feel like that earth mother thing person. I'm just going to leave you now with that lovely feeling of our youth and how we were. But I also want to say to you that that never leaves us. That craziness, that feeling of being part of something, but also our extraordinariness, the way we dressed and the way we saw fashion and life and music. It never left us really. And somebody reminded me the other day that Johnny Rotten is like in his mid-60s now, and I think, oh my God, so am I. So I don't think I could pogo anymore, but I still imagine it, and I still think of those great songs and great times. I'm I'm leaving you with an image of Trafalgar Square. I don't know why, but I'm there, and I'm just there, and I just feel like, am I going to go into the National Portrait Gallery? Am I going to go into the National Gallery? Am I going to go around the corner and have a nice coffee? Am I going up around the corner and just having a look at the shops? But do you know, it's a feeling really of being somewhere really like that I could just go anywhere and just do something nice for myself. And I want to leave that with you. It's almost like this friend. I know I'm going to call her Dora. I know you don't know her, but I'm just going to say that this friend is like taking you up there and spending a lovely little time going up there, up towards wherever you want to go, and have a nice coffee and a nice chat. And I think those are the things which, in our time of life, it's a wonderful thing. So enjoy your friend, enjoy your time, and know that spirit, know that you're a nurturer and somebody who looks after people and looks out for them. And that's a wonderful gift. So God bless you for that. I'm going to try another drawing. I don't know who I'm going to go to at the moment. Oh, it's a funny day today. I kind of didn't expect to be drawing in pen, and then it suddenly came to me, why not use a biro? This is one of my work biros. One of the things about work biros is you hate people touching your pens or running off with it. And yesterday I had 3 pens and I came up with one. This is the only pen I've got left. So it's kind of funny, really, that we kind of like hold on to pens when we're doing them, using them for work and that. I felt like it's important today to just use it in the drawings. I've got quite a rounded man coming to me at the moment. He's quite boyish, really. I know he's not. It's just kind of like, filling out a bit. Here we are. Took a little bit longer than the other one. I think this person's trying to show me a bit more character in his face. Oh. Here we are. I don't know who I'm with. I feel like Lady Sage is gone. I thought I had my glasses on. Oh. Can you hear me okay? Oh, great, yeah. I'm going to show this person again. He's written Neil on him. So I want to talk about a Neil. See the drawing okay? Okay. I've got a pain in my right hand, especially in this finger here. There's a numbness to it. And I want to go to somebody who's got arthritis in this hand. It ties very much with this man I've got here as well. And this man that I've got, it's like, it took a little bit of time to draw himself because he was like wanting to put a bit more character in his face. But also, I know that we're only using pen, but he wanted to kind of show this softness to the drawing, but also kind of quite a hardness to it as well. So I've got like strength, and I've got a problem as well with my hand. And the person that I've got Mary Gardner just come up on the line, so it looks like a father-in-law. Well, that feels okay, but if a father-in-law was quite fatherly to her. Don't have to be a father, do they? Sometimes father-in-laws can be quite good for father to be fatherly. I'm going to show this again because somebody else has come online as well. My cousin Neil looks like him, and that's nice. I like that because the name Neil was written just here on his chin, so I feel like that. I'm going to just work with the man. The thing about Neil doesn't have to be in spirit. This man talking about somebody called Neil or something like that. So I'm just going to just talk directly to him. So I want to say that. I really want to go to the person who's got a problem with this finger and goes into this finger a little bit, but it's this finger here on my right hand. They've got a problem with arthritis, and that's where it's most painful. So I want to say that. And it almost feels like I've got a clickiness to my finger that when I feel it, it clicks, and this is really annoying me and it's painful. So I want to say that, Mary Gardner, I think I'm with you because you've got Neil as a grandson-in-law, but also you can take the figure as well. I'm going to hopefully be able to put the pictures up at the end of the program so that people can see it on the Wimbledon site, the photographs. But I want to say with that Mary, I've also got a problem with when you're sitting too long. That's almost like like I get a pain in my buttocks, really, where I'm sitting down and I've got to get up and move, and I can't be bothered to move. I've got to get up and move, that kind of feeling. And also my voice is also gone a little bit croakier, and that my voice going croakier relates to the drawing that I've done. And the man that I've got it's got a kind of croakiness in his voice. He's got a kind of like I wouldn't say he's got a smoker's voice, but he's got like something like that. I don't smell smoke around him. I don't feel smoke around him or anything like that. But I just feel like he's got like a dusty voice. So wherever he's worked would have been, it would have affected his voice really. You say you're in pain at the moment, right? I've got a habit of saying that's great, but that means it's great because I've got the link. Not great that you're in pain, so say that. Please don't take offense. Mary, pains and things like that, when I feel that strength of pain and things, it's because the person I've got coming feels that pain. So they connect to you in a physical way, but also emotionally, pain can leave us in a real condition where we lock ourselves away, or we don't do things because of it, and we get run down then, and it all just like snowballs into like getting annoying. And it's got to get about and move about and keep ourselves as fit as possible and do things for ourselves, reboot ourselves, I say, so he's an ex-smoker, that's why I can smell it, but he's got that voice. I just want to show the picture again. He's like making me aware of it. I like the fact that he wants to be shown quite rough looking, because I think that's the side to him that he was quite proud of, really. He was a hard worker and life affected him, and he had his face really showed that he was a hard worker, and he was a real kind of not a tough cookie, but like you wouldn't mess about with him really, and so that's how he's making it show. Now, the reason for that is because that's what he's trying to give to you. I wouldn't, it's like a little thing of protection here for you that I want to kind of say, I want to look after Mary. She needs it. She's got to get herself up and about. She's got to get herself sorted out. But I want to give her the strength. But also, I want her to feel less vulnerable. And when we're in pain and we're gadding about and doing a shopping or out and about like we do, sometimes you can feel quite vulnerable. Think, oh God, if goes, what am I going to do? If this happens, what am I going to do? Well, he's there to just like allay your fears in a sense, but to also bring to your attention that, and also to say to you, you know, that he's like feeling and being and giving you strength. So he's been around you, feeling your life and giving you strength. You know, Mary, for years, you've always thought about other people. You never really thought about yourself. He's thinking that because how he's shown me is that, you know, he's in work doing stuff and, you know, he's kind of doing providing for the family and all of that kind of thing that he did. But he's also making me aware that you're kind of, you've been like that yourself. And now, you know, sometimes when we have to turn it on ourselves and feel like, you know, yeah, I've got to look after myself now. You know, I've got to, you know, be kind to myself instead of other people. Well, that's great. You know, that's what we've got to do. You said you're feeling vulnerable because of COVID. Yeah, I think we all are. I'm not. I work in a very clinical environment, and so I've got all my vaccines, and I get tested 3 times a week and all of that lot. But when I'm out and about, I kind of think, don't get too close to me. You know, don't do that. I don't put myself at risk, and I don't do all of that because I'm thinking about the people I look after. So, in a sense, I want to say that about you to you, so that you're looking after yourself and not putting yourself in danger and all that. And once you've done that, it's a kind of liberating. You know, you're liberated from it. You know, and it's not. You know, you can think, well, I've sanitized my hands, I've done this, I've done that, I've made my life as secure and clear as I can, then, you know, that's all I can do. And then get on with the rest of it, because we can't live under fear and we can't be afraid of things that we shouldn't be really afraid of, you know. I'm going to show this man to you again. He's got a very interesting mouth, and it's almost like I look at him, I was like, I think his mouth looks a bit like John Wayne's. So, you know how John Wayne used to talk? It was like, you know, very straight down the line. I think this man's like that. And he's kind of wanting to kind of talk like that, you know? You say you're fully vaccinated, then I think, you know, that's brilliant. And that should give you some comfort. It's lovely that this man's come for you, Mary, and he did take himself time to draw himself, but he's drawn himself in a very clear way, and his clarity and strength is something that I want to give to you. But also, he took his time over the drawing, and that time is important. Take time over things. Be strong. Know that this man walks with you, and be very clear in how you feel and what you want to do. But also, look after yourself. Once you look after yourself, everything's better. And stress is gone. So God bless you. I just wanted to say before I go about Neil, because I forgot about Neil, just keep a watch about Neil. Some of these things that I've said might be about him. So it may be that Neil's the one that feels a bit vulnerable. You know, can I just say that? Just have a little look around Neil and make sure that he's okay. If he's not, just send your love up to this man, and he'll take it to where it's needed. I took a little deep breath there. It's almost like I felt a little bit emotional there for you, a little bit of an emotional attachment. I mean to say that it's still attached to you. That's lovely. Thanks. Oh. Oh. It's funny now that uncomfortable feeling is gone. It's I feel a bit better now. Oh. Oh. I want to just like, as that person's released, I just feel like I've lifted up. I feel, oh, you know, I feel taller. I know I'm really like very short. I'm only 5'2". But I feel 6 foot. I don't think that was the one that's just gone. I got somebody coming who feels like, oh, I feel quite tall and a bit, you know, keep his back straight, you know, that kind of thing. Making me aware of just I just feel I want to pull myself back up. I've just got a feeling of drawing somebody quickly. I've just I don't know. Somebody's quite insistent. Oh. First thing I got a startled look from this person. I got a lady drawn to me. I think it's a lady. But remember, this is just a sketch, so it's only a flavour of what this person is like. I feel really woolly. A lovely woolly jumper about me. She was in quick. I got her. I thought she had a broken nose to start with. It's so big, but she slimmed it down. A nice feeling about her. I got a feeling of warmth, and I got a lovely nice jumper, hand-knitted jumper I've got. And the colours, I got pink with her. She's making me aware that I don't think she minded me saying that she was a little bit big. She's saying she is what she is, and that's that. Just going to put the name Chris up there. I don't know why. Just feel Chris. Thank you, Mary. I don't know who I've got now, but I got a feeling of a Chris, and I got a feeling of a big woman, and you know, she's got a lot of energy. She's making me sit back and stand up a bit. She probably feels taller than me. Certainly feels like I've got real strong legs, a real kind of heaviness in my legs, you know. But I can get about a bit. She showed me herself running around and kind of like doing things, and her hair's tied back. I've just, you know, it's a bit of a, that'll do. I haven't got time for this. That'll do. I'm that kind of person. Christine. I've got Christine. Chris, but I like to be called Chris. Chris is making me feel better about it. Okay. Helen Epton. There's a reason that this woman's coming, Ellen. It's like I'm a very busy person. She's a very busy person. This is what I'm saying, and I kind of feel like with you, it's that kind of same kind of thing, you know. But I'm trying to do everything, get everything done, and like I don't really care about myself or anything like that. But it's like, you know, if my hair's falling down, I'll just stick a pin in my head and pull it back, and that's it, you know. Because I ain't got time for the rest of it. it's all a bit of nonsense, really. That's how she's making it feel. You know, I don't think she's a hair and makeup brigade. I think she's more of a, like, you know, get it in the oven, feed everybody brigade. she's like a tour de force, really, in nurturing. But tour de force and nurturing, that's a good one. I like it. So she's like that kind of thing. And I just feel like I'm really busy. But she reminds me again of another woman who was she was a great organizer of she used to run a church. She was a great organizer, and she was like, oh, you know, when she stopped, I think this is this lady here, what I call Chris. When she stopped, she was like, oh yeah, but you know what? Nobody suffers like me. So you never want her to stop because she's always a bit of a moaner. But then when she's going, she can show the world a thing or two. So she's like that, you know, she's like a sum of two parts. So, but don't ask her about her, you know, don't say, how are you? Because you'll have a litany of illnesses and things like that. But she just gets on with it, and she's great fun. And I love it. Why's she coming? I don't know why she's coming. I want to show you again. You know, it's like the colours I've got is this lovely feeling of a nice big cardigan. She loves it, and she's real, like, you know, that I don't know if she knitted it herself or a friend knitted it, or she liked it because it was hand knitted, or she bought it like that, you know, from a charity shop or something. But she loves the comfort of it. And people might think, oh, she's had that cardigan on forever, you know. No, she just likes it, and it's warm and it's comfortable, and she can stick things in the pockets, and she loves it. She loves it. And so she's coming in this thing, and it's pink. And I love the pink colour that she's showing me. It's pink, and I also see like a little bit of ochre around her, which I like ochre. Ochre is a lovely colour for me because it means ochre is a colour I use to paint, and it's mostly about faces that I paint with ochre. It's a colour which goes with cold colours, hot colours, everything. So she was like this. So she could look at anybody. She really wouldn't care, you know, if they're hot or cold, or, you know, this is emotionally. If they were hot people, she could deal with that. If they were cold fish, as my grandmother would say, she could deal with that. She can deal with anybody. I love her. And so she's like here like that, you know. She's with this big cardigan on, pockets full of stuff that she might not need, and then she's like running around telling everybody about themselves, being everything to everybody, and loving everybody. And the reason she's coming to you, Helen, is because you miss her. You miss that, and you miss the fact that, you know, if you walked in, she'd spit on you and wipe your face. Even if you were 35, she'd do it. You know what I mean? She has no filter, and I love that about her. And I just think, you know, when we come across these women who are tour de forces, some men as well are like it. I've known men to be like it as well. And, you know, we have this tour de force, and I love it. And we need that. And we miss people like that, you know? Because when they're gone, it's huge emptiness is there, you know? And this woman has left that big emptiness. I said she had a big nose that she thinned down. I'm going to show you it, because when I first did it, I thought she had a broken nose, but she didn't. It's just that she's looking upwards. And when I was drawing it, before I finished the other bits, it just looked big. This means to say that she's a little bit nosy. I think that's what she was trying to tell me. The whole point of her was like, what's going on? I need to know everything. I need to know everything. And it's like that with you. I think you like to know everything, and you like to have a good old nose about and see what's going on. And so, you know, the apple had fallen far from the tree there, and it's like a nice feeling. And she's kind of handing the baton to you in a way, and saying, you know, that all the things that she was, there's a real love there. And she's kind of, I'm rocking her, as I'm saying. She's showing me rocking, and, you know, this is something that she might have done. But, you know, there's a lovely feeling of connection here, and the feeling of handing over the baton. And that my eyes are kind of a bit wet, not in a tearful way, but full of memories. You know, I've got a lot of memories with this woman, and she's got a lot of memories with you. And in a sense, she's just want to share this time. Some people come in and just say hello, you know, and it's a lovely thing with just popping in and saying hello, you're right. But, you know, she was more than that. She was like a big thing. You had the broken nose. I'm glad. Not glad. Okay, that was to put up with, you know. You can see it a little bit there. But she took it away, so no one had. You know, family is so important, you know, and, you know, family aren't always just the people we relate to, we're related to. Family can be everybody, you know, and one of these things with this lovely energy this woman has is that she pulled people into the family, you know, and they became family and all of that. And she's saying that to you, you know, where you can do that too. And we need people like that. We need these strong women and these tour de forces to get our lives kicked into gear, to lick our faces clean and spit on a hanky and give us a bun as we're going out the door, you know. Love it. I love her. And she loves you and she wants to give you that lovely feeling. So thank you for working with me, Helen. I know it's difficult, we're online, but I just would like, I don't know, I could give you a big virtual hug there, you know? It's lovely.
Oh, I've got to stop you there, Paul.
That's all right, that's a nice one to stop on.
Thank you very much for your service this morning.
Beautiful,
Sorry
thank
about the
you.
gremlins.
Don't worry, they're always there.
I've never had that with yourself and Ben when I've connected with your church, but I hope to get things better. And all being well, hopefully you both will be here next year with us, or even later this year, if we can fit you in.
Let's hope, I'd love it, yeah.
Yeah, love to you all. And I'll hang on there because I need you to do the closing prayer in a moment.
Yeah,
just got
no problem, that's great.
Few now notices. Sunday Sofa is on this afternoon. VIP night also this evening. Matt and Kirsty will be on Spiritual Psychics TV tomorrow. Wimbledon Spiritualist Church next Saturday, will be having a Zoom workshop with Mr. Tim Abbott, and the workshop will be on mediumship skills. Saturday, the 15th of May, between 10 o'clock in the morning and 5 o'clock. Sorry, we wrote home office time, 5 o'clock. And the cost is? Cost is £40. And Phil Shaw will be hosting it on behalf of the church. Anyone please interested, contact us in any way you possibly can, and we can sort you out for the course next week. Anything else, Richard? Is there anybody? That's it. Well, thank you all very much, both physically and virtually. I hope you've enjoyed the service. I'm going to be putting an announcement out the next couple of days about continuing services here on a Sunday. If anyone who can come here to Wimbledon Church will contact us, the telephone number will be on the church Facebook page, so you can book an appointment. And if things change in the next couple of weeks, it'll be much easier for everyone gathering here. I really have welcomed you all here today. I welcome you being here today. And I'd like to ask Paul to close our meeting with prayer.
Thank you very much. And thank you everybody that came physically or online and from the spirit world. Let's not forget them. It's a lovely thing that we all managed to come together today. So as we kind of say goodbye to each other into spirit, let's draw together in silence. Dear Spirit, we thank you so much for coming today to bring the ordinariness, the people that we know, the people that we love, people that are there for everybody in a sense. You've reminded us of good times, and the sadness is that they only walk with us in spirit, but they do walk with us. It's been a lovely day, and the day's only beginning. We've got much more to do today. So as we go through the week, fill us with your lightness, fill us with your kindness, help us send healing to those that are needed, help us to draw people to us that we can share a cup of tea with and speak to as we're spirit here, spirit to spirit. Keep your churches open. They're opening more now, and we need that connection to each other more than ever. Take away fear from people that are worried about COVID and everything else. But most of all, the people that are passing the spirit world today, take them with our love and meet them with joy until we meet again. Amen.
Amen. Once again, Paul, thank you very much for being here with us today. Next Sunday, friends, we've got Rose Anderson, who will be our medium. And I'd like to also extend our thanks to Richard James, our producer for the show. Thank you very much indeed, everyone. Good morning, and God bless you all until we meet again. Goodbye.
Goodbye.